Was Dangerous Goods 6XXL worth going to? Welcome back to FOMO or No-Go, the series where you can find out if an event was worth the FOMO or if it was a no-go. Dangerous Goods 6XXL was set in Footscray Park, boasting 4 stages: Olympus, Inferno, Astral Gardens, and Orbit. Footscray Park, being relatively close to the Footscray and Flemington racecourse train stations, was fairly accessible to ravers taking public transport. The lineup consisted of a mix of genres, perfect for anybody interested in the EDM music scene. On the Olympus stage, you had artists such as Nick Castell, Will Sparks, Boris Brasher, and Trim, to name a few. The Olympus stage looked insane, with a really nice white and gold colour scheme and a pretty impressive lion head at the centerpiece. The 4 columns alongside the main centerpiece holding the tall LED panels had lasers, strobes, and a lot of lighting to add to the vibe once the sun had gone down. Design-wise, the main stage, aka Olympus, gets a solid 9 out of 10. The Inferno stage was immediately at the entrance of the festival and was the first impression that event-goers got. And when I saw the Inferno stage for the first time, it blew me away. With artists such as Bomberjack, Fraw, Viez Aspak, and Toxic Machinery taking place on this stage, it was pretty busy all day. Living up to the name, the Inferno stage had some flames, sparkler cannons, CO2, and a lot of LED panels. This is the stage where I spent most of my time, as hard techno and hardstyle are my preferred genres, and I wasn't disappointed with what they provided. Overall, the stage design reminded me of something that you would see at other hardstyle events at venues such as Pika and Melbourne Pavilion. Design-wise, I would give the Inferno stage a 7 out of 10. The direct sunlight on such a hot day was a bit tough to deal with at times. In the beginning of the day, the crowds weren't massive, making it rather easy to go from stage to stage, but as the day went on, it definitely filled in. In particular, places like the water refill station, paths surrounding said water station, and paths in and out of the stages, like the main stage and the Astral Garden stage, were packed with a lot of people trying to escape the heat, sitting in the shade and unfortunately at times blocking the path for other people trying to walk through. Food and beverage options were fairly spread out, with a bar on each side of the Inferno stage, a strip of food trucks along the right side of the entire venue, and a separate private bar within the VIP area. Pizza, donuts, spot on a stick, barbecue, burgers, and more. There was no shortage of options. Dangerous Goods also provided a few fun activities and rides to do while at the event, such as the Pirates Bay Fun Maze, which offered a great view of the main stage, carnival rides, and even an inflatable water slide next to the Inferno stage. Overall, Dangerous Goods 6XXL was, in my opinion, a well-planned and organised event. Unfortunately though, the weather on the day, being a staggering 40 plus degrees Celsius, really made it hard at times to stay within the crowd and resulted in me sadly missing out on some of the sets that I wanted to see. I wish there were more options for shade, especially at the Inferno stage, as at times it felt like I had to leave the stage entirely just to sit in a shaded area, which left me out of earshot from most of the music playing. And Footscray Park, being a great venue for the event, was not a letdown, although being that it was in a park, meant that there were a lot of uneven walkways, inconvenient obstructions, and dust from all the grass that people were dancing on throughout the day. If the weather hadn't been so intense, which obviously I'm aware wasn't in control of anybody at the event, or there were more options for shade at the stages, Dangerous Goods 6XXL would receive a lot higher of a rating from me. But this time around, I would say Dangerous Goods 6XXL gets a 7.5 out of 10, and though it's not the highest rating, I'd definitely be interested in going to a future event from Dangerous Goods Company, especially an indoor or on a cooler day event. Dangerous Goods 6XXL gets a FOMO from me, as long as you can handle the heat.